Hello and a warm welcome to Federal special program Capital Beat. Hemant Soren, who is the head of Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, is all set to become the Chief Minister of Jharkhand for the third time. Remember, he was jailed because of the money laundering case, which was slapped by ED on him, and recently he got bail and he has returned back. But many people within the party sources are saying that Champai Soren, who has stepped down as chief minister to pave way for Hemant Soren, seems to be slightly upset. So, what are the challenges before Hemant Soren? Because just few months from now, Jharkhand goes to polls, and of course, it's a bigger challenge for India Alliance, which has unanimously elected Hemant Soren to become the chief minister again. So, what are the challenges ahead, and what are the problems which Hemant Soren can face? Because there is a possibility that ED can challenge the bail and go ahead to the higher court. Joining me now is Manoj Prasad, who's a senior journalist and founder editor of Jharkhand Times. Thank you so much, Manoj ji, for joining. He's also a columnist with the Indian Express. Manoj Prasad, thank you so much for joining. We have Suman Srivastav, who's a senior journalist and political commentator. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll begin with Manoj Prasad. Manoj, are these reports correct that Champai Soren, who has stepped down, seems to be upset the idea that now Hemant Soren is becoming the chief minister for the third time, though he's known as a party loyalist?
Uh, I think that you have used the right word. Champai Soren is upset. Any human being who is actually holding the power and he's basically now asked to transform, he will feel upset. But he's not revolted. He has not gone against the leadership decision to transfer the power from himself to Hemant Soren. So this upsetting game is not basically going to matter for the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, which is strong enough to deal with any kind of eventuality. But I think Champai Soren is not going to revolt against Hemant Soren or the party leadership.
Right. But how do you see the things unfolding now? And do you feel that deliberately Hemant Soren has hurried up the process of becoming the chief minister?
I don't think so. I think Hemant Soren has taken the right decision right time because elections are going to take place in November, December, January, whatever. This is the period. And ahead of the elections, the two events are very important. Number one is the establishment, the foundation day ceremony of the Jharkhand government, Jharkhand state, which was bifurcated from Bihar in 2000 millennium year. And then now onwards, for any political party, the ruling party, ruling coalition, this India in the India bloc, is very important to deal with the opposition comprising BJP and all Jharkhand Students Union. So, in this kind of a battle that is going to be fought there in the electoral field, if there were two power centers in Jharkhand Mukti Morcha and the government side, government functioning, one that Hemant Soren is out of jail on bail, sitting there inside, and he is definitely the tallest leader in JMM, and decision making actually rests in his own hands. But if he is not chief minister is Champai Soren, the power center he also is holding it within himself. These two power centers.
But is it correct, Manoj, that there are sources or source-based stories coming out that Champai Soren off the record has been speaking to the press people and saying that he feels insulted. Uh, Now, how far is that true? Because this is all source-based. Everybody is quoting the sources and saying that he's feeling insulted and at this move.
I do not think that Champai Soren is going to basically make this kind of comments. It is all actually manufactured by some opposition leaders who is trying to create divide within JMM, which is not likely to happen. I can, I hold this opinion very strongly because I'm aware of the inside story which is going on. Champai Soren doesn't have that ability, strength to revolt against the leadership of Soren family because he has been very loyal. He was given power to become chief minister in that circumstance, which everyone, the whole world knows. There was a story there that Manji of Bihar, he had actually revolted against Nitish Kumar, but Manji and Champai Soren are two different personalities altogether. He revolted because he had a different ambition in life. He belonged to a particular political group. But in Champai Soren case, ever since he began his political career, he was in Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, and he was basically trained, guided, and deputed to lead the party in Singhbhum area. And therefore, he does not have that strength to revolt against Soren family. This much I can assure you. And the reports which are coming out, to my mind, are questionable.
Right. All right. Now let me come to Sumanji now. The very fact that now the baton is passing from Champai Soren to Hemant Soren now, what kind of a political handle does it give to the BJP? As far as BJP is concerned, they probably would say that, look, they've insulted a tribal leader like Champai Soren. It's a family-oriented party. Now, this is the line which probably BJP will take. So, do you think that BJP can really gain political mileage by weaving a narrative like this?
I like to.
Yes,
I
yes,
am of the
yes,
opinion that
Yeah.
when the
Can I take this answer from Sumanji and then I'll come back to you, Manoj? Yeah.
yes.
okay,
The
Yes.
BJP has already started taking political mileage out of this decision. They've already announced that this is an insult to a tribal outside JMM's first family. So
Right.
BJP will certainly make it an issue because the BJP has failed to get tribal votes, has lost all the 5 tribal seats in Lok Sabha elections. So they will make it an issue that look how the JMM treats a tribal. It doesn't look beyond a family, its first family. So BJP will certainly make it an issue, and it has already made such statements. Assam Chief Minister, who is the co-in charge of Jharkhand, he issued a statement yesterday. Said that a tribal leader has been insulted by the JMM's first family. But I think uh, this might they might score some political points. But so far as the tribals are concerned, uh, I don't think that they get into all these nuances, all these factors. And for them who vote for the JMM or who supports the JMM, and they support the Shibu Soren's family. They know their symbol arrow, bow and arrow, which is with the Shibu, with the JMM. So I think the arrest before the elections of Hemant Soren, which backfired on BJP, for the BJP, they will try to, I think, do some damage control out of this decision.
But do you think, Suman, and this is the second question to you, and then I'll come to Manoj, that do you think now ED will further challenge the bail of Hemant Soren? Because there are reports that they might go to the High Court and, challenge the bail. Now, what happens in that case? And is that the reason why Hemant Soren has hurried, as far as taking over the post of the chief ministership is concerned?
The ED has shown no such hurry in challenging High Court's order for bail Hemant Soren, as it showed in case of Arvind Kejriwal. That's, I think that the judgment for the bail order which the Jharkhand High Court has passed, in fact, the High Court in its order has destroyed the very evidence on which the case was built up. So the ED must be thinking twice before challenging it the Supreme Court. If they have already lost face in Jharkhand after this Jharkhand High Court order, if there is a fear that if the Supreme Court doesn't reverse the High Court's decision, then the case will certainly fall flat, and it's as good as acquittal of Hemant Soren in the land scam. So they will think twice before challenging the order of the Supreme Court, because High Court order has demolished all the evidences put up by the ED for arresting Hemant Soren.
Right. All right. But as far as Hemant Soren's family is concerned, because it's considered as a family party, Shibu Soren, and Manoj, I'll come to you on this, that Shibu Soren, then how Sita Soren uh, joined BJP. Kalpana was also trying, and Kalpana has proved herself as a leader. So what does it mean now for Hemant Soren and his immediate family? How do the things unfold for the family? And Hemant Soren now back in the saddle, or what is the kind of change you will really see on the ground with Hemant Soren back in the campaign field?
See, in
I,
5 months,
Yes, Manoj. I'll come to you,
yeah, yeah,
Sumanji.
much go.
Yes.
uh, I feel that opposition is going to project the power transfer from Champai Soren to Hemant Soren, saying that one tribal actually group has been overcome by the other one, try to capture the power, and this is basically the Parivarwadi party as BJP has been calling. But let us not let us not actually side away one important fact, that in the recently held Lok Sabha elections, when Hemant was there inside jail, his wife Kalpana Soren campaigned for the party. She had emerged as a very popular and very. She attracted huge crowds, and the results also actually showed that Jharkhand Mukti Morcha somehow or the other managed immobilizing the electorates in their own areas of what we call jurisdiction, wherever they are there. Now, when Hemant Soren is come out of jail, Kalpana Soren is there with her, and it was reported there in the newspaper, uh, uh, which is supposed to be verified. But I think this is quite interesting that when Hemant Soren will prove his majority there on floor of the house, Kalpana Soren is going to sit next to Hemant Soren and in the assembly. So that shows that this side facing the opposition, same jab that Parivarwadi party announced, they are going to put up this Parivarwadi party more strongly to deal with the opposition parties. At the grassroots level, I feel that Parivarwadi jibe that is basically being played by Bhajpa, BJP, and others, it does not matter at all at the grassroots level for two important reasons. One, here the the entire actually election it takes place that either you are in favor of BJP or you are against BJP. And even now, when assembly elections are going to take place on local issues, the same ground plays very well there among the electorates. Whether you are going to vote for Modi BJP or you are going to vote against him.
No, but
To my
Manoj,
mind,
what is the general perception? Manoj, what is the general perception amongst the people of Jharkhand, that was there injustice meted out to Hemant Soren when they saw Kalpana campaigning, and the results, of course, have shown. So, what is the general feeling on the ground when it comes to the assembly elections? Do you think that BJP has been unfair to Hemant Soren? Is that the general perception?
General perception I will not be able to point out, but I will tell you that among the tribals, Adivasis of all Adivasi groups, communities, Christian Adivasis, non-Christian Adivasis, this opinion is there that he has been trapped and falsely implicated in particular case, which is why solidly all Adivasi communities, all members, they voted in favor of him. And I think this very strongly because I have visited tribal villages and this is their opinion.
But you are saying that all the Adivasis and the tribals collectively voted against the BJP. But Suman, I'll come to you now. There is also strong anti-incumbency against Hemant Soren government, which has been in power for the last 5 years. Now, people would also see that whether they've been able to implement the policies, whether they've not been able to implement policies. So, can BJP capitalize on the anti-incumbency? Does it really exist? Does it go against Hemant Soren? Yes, Suman.
Yes, certainly it, the anti-incumbency factor is there because Hemant Soren has announced so many schemes in the run-up because for the last 2 years, I think ever since this ED case was initiated, or he he preempted he took many decisions to convince the voters, to lure the voters, to lure his constituencies. Many of them, but the implementation is not so good. So when, suppose, for example, the Hemant government launched Abu Awas Yojana, 3 room, 3 bedroom house, but it has its limitations. It has its resource crunch. In a village of 1,000, they have given Abu Awas to 5, 10, 15, 15 people. So the rest of them are unhappy. Will be unhappy. It depends on the BJP leadership. How does it capitalize on the shortcomings or failure of promises by the Hemant Soren government or JMM government? So far, I feel the BJP has not been able to convince the voters or to capitalize on the shortcomings of the JMM government. I think it's a failure of the BJP leadership. There are cases against Hemant Soren that ED said that he is not involved only in the land scam, he is involved in Narega scam and so many mining scam. So I think that BJP has failed to paint him as a thoroughly corrupt person among tribals, citing these if these charges of the ED or CBI are true. So it's totally failure of the BJP that they are not. I think the leadership is not so dynamic to tell the voters or convince the voters that these are the cases against Hemant Soren or his family members. So, so, so they don't believe in the tribals.
No, but
Some
if you're
say that
saying,
because the tribals don't know that rural in the nitty gritties of 8.86 acres. So
no, but what
so
you're
they
saying,
say in lighter mode they say, okay, he is the king, he is the Raja. So what does it matter if he takes this 8.86 acres land? So it doesn't matter for them. He has taken,
right.
how he has taken, or he has taken or not taken. So this kind of narrative is there.
No, but if you're saying that BJP will try and portray him as a corrupt leader, and there are also sources saying that, ED is trying to file a special leave petition in the Supreme Court against the June 28 bail order. So if that is true, then can that step by the ED backfire for BJP, Manoj? I'll come to you now.
There are two things to look at it. If enforcement directorate files case against challenging the decision of challenging the order of High Court, giving bail to Hemant Soren. It has two possibilities. One, that it goes in favor of ED and he will be arrested. Even if he is arrested and put behind the bar again, he can follow the footsteps of Arvind Kejriwal and not resign and
Continue to be
remain
in
as
jail.
chief minister and govern this from again behind the bars, and then he will again try to get more mileage out of this what do you call you always draw the mileage that I have been put behind the bar falsely
But
and
in
things
case
of
of
the kind.
Arvind
So
Kejriwal,
it
it
is
hasn't
going to
worked.
go.
No, for Arvind
Yes.
Kejriwal, it didn't work. It didn't work for Arvind Kejriwal at all. All the
No, but
seven
in
seats
this
they
case is different. In this case is different. Arvind Kejriwal's case actually has gone against Arvind Kejriwal, but in his case, it is going to go in favor of Hemant Soren because he will have elections are there in Delhi. The elections are not there, but here elections are there. Again, he will play the victim card and not
right.
resign, remain chief minister, and try to take mileage of it. And Suman rightly said that probably ED will not take that stand now when the elections are approaching. That there is a risk that the Supreme Court also can turn down the SLP of ED and say this is all. That means he'll be absolutely free from the case. So therefore, they are thinking and rethinking whether they should go for this there in the Supreme Court or not. To my mind, both ways it is going to be in favor of Hemant Soren.
Right. Even, there are also reports that BJP might try and advance the elections in Jharkhand. What is the possibility of that? Do you see the possibility? What are the murmurs you are hearing? Are there reports that they might advance the elections? Because Hemant Soren, the first rally which he addressed when he came out, was saying that they are trying to remind me again, and there's a possibility that they might advance the election. So, what are you hearing from your sources?
I think I also have heard the same thing, but decision will be taken anyway by the High Command, Central Command, and the Election Commission. What I personally feel is that today or tomorrow, 3 months or 4 months, you have to give 3 months time for the elections. Situation in which JMM was there, the ruling JMM, the ruling coalition was there, it faced huge odds. Misgovernance, number one, corruption at the core, bottom level of the bureaucracy. As Suman rightly pointed out, that number of schemes Hemant Soren actually initiated, but at the grassroots level, this has not taken off at all. I'd like to give you an example. This state government has actually promised, or rather, had notified that 200 units of power will be given free of cost to people. There are two aspects of it. This has been going on for quite some time. But what people are blaming this government is there's no power. Power cuts are yellow. I mean, every second, third hour, you have power cuts. This is there in the capital city of Jharkhand. And in neighboring, adjoining areas, you have absolutely, 8 hours, 10 hours power shortage. People are very angry. Two, misgovernance is of that level that roads that were constructed during this BJP regime under this chief ministership of what do you call Raghuvar Das, the roads actually have become full of what do you call potholes, broken, but no building, no roads have been constructed at all. So people are angry at the grassroots level. This feeding that you have put behind the bar, but everybody thinks, what have you done to me? And there where I agree with Stuban that at the grassroots level, anti-incumbency is running very high. To what extent this is going to be
Right.
used or misused, I do not know. But I tell you, the opposition party is also very smart in dealing with this situation. They have decided to put up all top Adivasi leaders in the forthcoming elections. For
Right.
instance, Arjun Munda, Satyanand Bhokta, and so many other top leadership of BJP, Adivasi leadership. They are going to fight. In that kind of scenario, I think in this situation in which Hemant Soren is immersed and will put up tough fight to
Right.
the opposition parties, but it is going to be a not a very easy sail
Right.
through for
Right. So
JM.
you're saying it's not going to be an easy game for both, whether it is BJP or whether it is JMM. Now, I was just looking at the track record in the Lok Sabha elections. Now, JMM has won three Lok Sabha seats: Rajmahal, Dumka, and Singhbum, and which is a gain of two seats from the 2019 elections. Suman, coming to you now, do you think that JMM can really sustain this momentum? It's a matter for another like 3 4 months to go. It's already July, August, September, October onwards. The election season begins almost. So, do you think that JMM can carry forward this momentum of the Lok Sabha elections? Will it be easy for Hemant Soren to sustain this?
Yes, he's out of jail now, and he will be chief minister in at 5 o'clock. So he will be he will try to sustain this momentum for the JMM, and there is one narrative already he has that he was injustice was done to him. He was wrongly put behind the bar for the last 5 months. So this narrative he will carry, or narrative he will narrate his plight to the people, to the tribal voters. That look how already he was playing this Adivasi card. So he can, uh, but in the meantime, it depends on the BJP how it tries to reverse the narrative set against the BJP. That look, there's a narrative at the grassroots level among the tribals that if the BJP comes, the CNT Act, the Chotanaku Tenancy Acts will be abolished or their land will be looted. This kind of narrative is continuing at the grassroots level, which went against the BJP in the Lok Sabha elections. If and certainly the JMM will try, and the Congress will try to continue this momentum in the till the assembly elections also. They will certainly do it. Or besides his personal sympathy, for he will try to garner that sympathy from the tribals. Already Kalpana Soren has shown this, established how she mobilized the people
Right.
in absence of Hemant Soren. So I think they will be able to do it
Right.
particularly in the tribal belt. They will be able to do it.
They'll be able to do it. Okay. So, one last comment to you.
And the tribal leaders, JMM, sorry, the BJP tribal leaders, particularly the tallest of them, that Arjun Munda and Babulal Marandi. Arjun Munda has lost elections with a huge margin. So he will not be able to. I think how far does he able to mobilize the tribals in the assembly elections? Likewise, Babulal Marandi, he has lost elections in Santhalpur, all the two Santhalpur Lok Sabha seats. So it's challenging for both the tribal leaders in Jharkhand
Right.
in the assembly elections.
Right. So, for the concluding comments, I'll come to you, Manoj. A very brief remark I wanted from you, that what do you think is the biggest challenge for Hemant Soren in the months to come?
His biggest challenge is basically to ensure that apart from this Adivasi and scheduled caste seats that you have got, number is just 27, 28. The rest, around about 53, 54 actually seats are basically non-reserved seats. These are the seats where you find BJP and its ally having a very strong hold. and they are eyeing for that. Apart from this tribal and SC seats, they are eyeing for that. To my mind, in the coming elections, Hemant Soren will have a very tough time in dealing with these non-reserved seats, where BJP and ASU, they are holding a very strong hold. And here also in tribal belt, once these people, the tribal leaders, heavyweights of BJP, they join actually the battle, electoral battle, it will be very difficult for Hemant Soren to tackle them at two levels. Number one, that the the party BJP is a very huge party. They have no dearth of funds, whereas JMM is a regional
They
party.
have
It
the
actually
limitations. Yeah.
faces a lot of financial problems and dealing with the campaign in this digital age where you have so much of fun to spare for
Absolutely.
this. So I feel disadvantages are there in this battle before Hemant Soren facing this huge group of JMM and ASU. Um, and it will be very nicely to be watched how they campaign and how they try to gain. To my mind, it will be very difficult for JMM to regain 28-29 seats. Very difficult.
All right. All right. So that's an interesting take coming from Manoj Prasad. But yes, Hemant Soren is all set to be sworn in on July 7th. He returns as the Chief Minister for the third time. But can he sustain momentum? What are the challenges? You've heard this through this program. So we'll have to wait and watch as to how the politics unfolds in this mining rich state. We'll have to wait and watch. Thank you so much, Manoj Prasad, Suman Srivastav. Yeah, I think, Suman, you want to make a point?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you want?
Hemant Soren is taking oath today, not 7th.
Acha, okay, okay, right. Okay, 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 yes. So he's
He's
taking
taking
oath
vote today.
as, but I read it
What?
somewhere
Yeah.
as July 7th.
No, no,
That's
he's taking oath today at 5 p.m.
okay, okay, okay. So I stand corrected that he's taking oath as the chief minister today. So again, interesting times now. So the process is fast tracked, is what I
So
read.
wish him all the best for coming time ahead.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Asam, Manoj Prasad. It was wonderful having both of you on the program. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this discussion: subscribe to our channel, send us feedback, and stay tuned to the Federal. Thank you.